What is it, what power is it which impels my mind to think, my eyes to see, my ears to hear, my tongue to speak? There is a dead body and here is a living body. In this body I feel consciousness. I feel, I think, I speak, I see. What extra thing is there in this body which is not there in a dead body? What is the speciality? This body, which is matter, this body is matter, and I feel a first person experience here. What is that shining inside me which makes me perform all these functions? Controlled by what, impelled by what does my mind think about objects? What controls the life forces in this body? So he's asking a question about the reality within. What is that within me? This is the question. The teacher says in one word, the answer is consciousness. It is consciousness. Chaitanyam. The word is Chaitanyam in Sanskrit or Chit. Chaitanyam, Chit, these are the words used. And what he says is, there is a consciousness in you. This is Chaitanyam. And you have a mind, and you have a body. This consciousness shines in the mind, and through that in the body, in all the organs of the body, and you feel this consciousness. This is the answer. Now the answer here is, the thing to be noted here is, the teacher presents consciousness in 5 aspects. There's 5 points you have to understand, appreciate. First of all, consciousness is not a part of your body or your mind. Consciousness is not a part of your body or your mind. It is apart from your body and mind. Here it's different from science, because modern science would say consciousness is a product of your body. Even your mind is a product of your body. Mind and consciousness all are products of the brain. That's what physiology would say today. But here the teacher says consciousness is apart from your mind and body. First point. It is not a part of your body. It's not a product of your body. Second point. It's apart, but it pervades and illumines the mind and body. Consciousness pervades and illumines the mind and body, enabling it to function. Third point, this consciousness is not limited by the mind and body. It exists apart from the mind and body also. It's not limited to it. It's not something here in this particular brain, in this part of the body. It's not limited by the body. Third, this consciousness is known, it is known in the functioning of the mind and body. Through the functioning of the mind and body, we can know consciousness, we can experience consciousness. And fifth, the last point to be appreciated is, without the mind and body, consciousness is still there, but it cannot be known. It's not experienced. The same consciousness flowing through these organs of knowledge, through the mind, organs of action, has different manifestations. But he says all of that is the same thing, consciousness. So this is the point the teacher is making. And then he says, so what? What happens? He says, generally we think of ourselves as this much. Mind, body, organs, actions. He says, if you can understand yourself as consciousness, which is illumining all this, which is enabling all this to happen, if you understand yourself as consciousness, then, he says, you become immortal. A huge claim. What is mortality? He says, Chaitanyam plus body and mind. This is what we regard ourselves as, is equal to I. We think of ourselves as a bundle of consciousness, mind and body. And what the teacher is saying is that, if you can understand that you are consciousness alone, Chaitanyam, this is what the Upanishad is saying. If you realize yourself as that, you become immortal. Why do you become immortal? Because first, this Chaitanyam is not part of the body which is mortal. Body is born, it changes, it will die. But this consciousness is not part of that. It exists even when the body is not there. When you know yourself as this, you become immortal.